You know, usually when a safety is making a transition to linebacker, that means he can't cover. Now, our linebacker converted from safety. He can do everything. He can play in the run. He can cover. He can do everything. He's super athletic. And he was one of my first videos that I made on this channel where I was talking about it's a low risk, high reward. And I think the risk was so low is because of the injury history. I want to talk about him today and talk about his film. He's quietly been one of the best linebackers in the league. And I'm talking about top 10, okay? So if y'all guys do enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more because I'm going to be putting out more stuff like this because we ain't got no game this week. And next week I'm going to start, the Bills stuff because, yeah, we need to. But anyways, let's get into the film. All right, so this is the first one I want to look at. This is a run play. I'm going to do it, based off run, then pass. I'm going to mix in the sack that he got earlier in the season, but I want to show y'all. So if you watched the first video I did on him, I told y'all that I really like his run defense is because, like, even though his run defense grade was, like, low when he was with the Raiders, I always said that, if you watch him play, he's rarely out of position. It's mainly because of the guys up front not helping him out. And also, his running mate is also helping him out too. So they're going to motion over this tight end right here. Okay, well, this is pretty much a fullback. And you're going to get, everybody's going to be blocking down this way. I shouldn't say blocking down, but it's literally like a zone run. And he's going to be kicking out this guy right here. Okay. Now, once again, since he's motioning across the formation, these guys are going to pull the chain or, they're going to just adjust with the motion. Caden's going to shoot this gap. And he's going to pretty much force this running back. His track was going to be going this way. He's going to force it back inside right to where Diablo is. And you're going to see, once again, like it's just a matter of having teammates helping you out. And he makes the stop right there for no gain. And so when we play this out real quick, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. How that motion comes over, everybody's going to block down. And you're going to see Caden Ellis taking this outside angle is what actually just frees up this play. Now, this could be a Caden Ellis video too, but look. He takes his outside angle, and now he has to turn his body outside, opening up a hole right here. And Diablo's right there filling. And also, if we watch him, if we go back to just watching him, focusing on him, you're going to see he's already like, it's like he knew what was coming. He's already getting downhill. He's already filling hard. And then right there, he evades this guy right here. Boom, makes the tackle pretty much in the backfield. But they're going to say forward progress, so it's no gain. So, like, this is something we really didn't have last year because, one, Troy was always out and Nate Lemon is kind of slow to play sometimes. But you see, he's balling in LA and I was always high on him and everybody else wasn't. But, another victory lap for me to take, but we're going to get into the next one, y'all. All right, so this one is the sack that Billy Bowman Jr. and Devon Diablo got. So this is a 6-man pressure. So once again, Billy Bowman Jr., he's going to creep down to the line at the last second and then blitz. You're going to have 6 guys in on this pressure. And one thing I want to take note of, they're going to slot the protection in a way to where he gets matched up on this running back, and he's going to completely run him over, okay? But you're going to be sending 6 guys in on the pressure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to be doing a hot blitz up under it or a hot blitz coverage, if that makes sense. So if you see it, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen it before. So you're going to have 3 deep and 2 underneath this time, okay? This one is really like pattern matching, okay? So he's going to drop right there. Jesse's going to play this one, and you're going to have your corners rotating the back end. This is pretty much what we're doing. Now, offensively, what they're doing, they're going to be motioning in this guy, and he's going to be running basically just a seam route. Mike Evans is going to run an out route, and then you're going to have this tight end. He's going to just sit right here. So they had an answer for this blitz, but we already know that pass rush is the ultimate equalizer on defense. So you're going to see once that motion comes and they snap this ball, you get everybody accounted for except for one guy. And you see he has to evade the pressure. And his answer was right there. His answer was wide open, okay? And once again, the pass rush just gets there to where he can't even set up the throw, and we get a sack. So, like, we need more of this. Once James Pierce Jr. takes that step, we ain't got to do as much blitzing as this. But anyways, good play by Devon and Billy Bowman Jr. But as you can see, this was some of the stuff Caden was doing, where he's getting matched up on this linebacker. And he's completely running him over. Get out of my way. And boom. Billy Bowman Jr. wraps him up, and then Devon Diablo just takes him down, okay? And if y'all remember, I said in the Bucks video, we could take advantage of these running backs in pass pro. As you can see, we took advantage of them right there, and we got that sack. So let's get into the next one. All right, so for this play, I really want to highlight his sideline to sideline speed because, once again, last year, that's just something we didn't have, okay? So they're going to motion over Justin Jefferson on a jet motion or a fly motion, and he's just gonna go out the way. But they're gonna be running a toss this way, okay, the other way around. So you're gonna get a toss to Aaron Jones getting to the outside, and once again, everybody's just trying to get out there on the perimeter, reach block, okay? Basically an iteration of the zone run, but they're just adding a toss element into it. So, and the people that I want you to pay attention to is Billy Bowman Jr., but obviously Diablo, because he's the one that makes the play, okay? So we're gonna see what happens where they're gonna get this toss action going, fly motion right there, boom. And you see, look at not Billy Bowman Jr., Diablo, okay? You see the center's supposed to go up there and get him, right? However, he's just too fast for him, okay? And once again, we didn't necessarily have the fastest linebackers last year. We still don't, okay? But since he's the fastest linebacker we have outside of Troy Anderson, who's once again always hurt, it kind of, mitigates it. Because look, if this was Nate Lamb and this was JD Bertrand, he's getting hands on him and he's not letting go. But Diablo's so quick that when he's filling with this run, you see he's able to pretty much just evade him. And putting your attention on Billy Bowman Jr., he has the outside shoulder, so he's forcing this run back in into guess who? Diablo. So once again, run defense is a team thing. One person looks good, we can all look better, and if one person's out of position, we can all look out of position. So there we go. They only get about 1 yard off of this, okay? And that's because, once again, this guy's fast enough to fill solid on the sideline, and with a lot of people doing this outside zone stuff, you're going to need linebackers who can cover space and get solid on the sideline, get on their horses and run. And he can do that. So I like that from him. Now this one, I really like this play, and I got to show y'all from like the end zone angle of why I like this play so much. So if we look at the front, I'm not even sure what you call this front, because we have a 1, we have a 4-eye, and then we have another 4-eye right here, and then we have a 9. And then we have another guy on a 9. So it's like, what kind of front is this? It's kind of crazy. I've never seen this before. But look, blocking scheme wise, we're getting something called wham, where you're gonna get blocks going this way. You're gonna get a double team. It's supposed to go to Diablo, but it doesn't, okay? It doesn't even get there. He's gonna immediately climb to Caden Ellis. He's gonna be blocking out on this edge rusher right here, and you're gonna get this tight end coming across on this wham block, okay? And it's really an inside hit and run, because he's gonna take this, he's gonna get close and then go. A really good downhill running attack, basically, or run concept rather. So when we watch this play out, I want to show y'all what Diablo's doing. One, he's a very good communicator, but two, he's just so good in the run, y'all. Look at this. So we get the snap, and he's going to see immediately that this tight end is going to cross the formation. So he points that out to Caden Ellis, okay? And as you can see that, Caden Ellis reacts perfectly and gets on the outside shoulder of this offensive lineman right here, okay? Unblocked lineman, he's going to get wham block, boom, or really cut. But, okay, you're going to see that these guys are supposed to double to him, as I drew it up before. These guys are supposed to get double team working up to this guy right here, and you can see he's trying to peel off of him and get to Diablo, which I'm not sure why it would be him, because once again, this is an inside hitting run. I would prefer where if it's a double team right here, he comes off and goes take him, and he can seal him off. Creates that lane in a one-on-one with the safeties, or the safety rather, because he's filling down this way, okay? But either way, they're trying to climb up to him off this double team. You see, it's not even going to work, because he was seeing the whole time, right? He was reading his keys properly. Tight end's going across, I'm going to go fill with that, boom. And I'm going to immediately get over there and make a play on the ball. Like, this is some good stuff that we just didn't have this type of communication by our linebackers, but two, we didn't have the read and react ability that, that he has, okay? Because once again, when he was here, Nate Lamb was kind of slow to things. JD Bertrand was a rookie, so you're not going to expect him to just be all over things, even though he was good in the run. And once again, Troy Anderson was hurt because he was doing some of these things, not the communication part, but he was just seeing it and going, right? And I still believe if Troy Anderson gets his instincts right, he will be a very good linebacker, but that's besides the point. So let's get into the next one. Now this right here, this is a pass coverage now. So this is his first pass breakup. So defensively, what we're doing quarter, half. So we're going to get our deep half right here. We're going to get our quarter and our quarter. We're going to get our flat and, the rest of our underneath guys, okay? This is what we're running. Now offensively, what they're doing, they're going to be doing daggers. So they're going to motion over this receiver across the formation. Well, not a dagger. They're going to be running some kind of double in cut. He's going to be doing this wheel route, basically. You're going to get this guy clearing out space on an over route. And then you're going to get this guy running the in cut, which is Mike Evans. Now, this could be dagger. This could be an iteration of dagger, but the way I see it is a cross and an in cut rather than a clear out and an in cut. It really works the same way, but, sometimes stuff like that happens where you just name it differently, but it looks the same, okay? But anyways, let's look at what's going on here, because One thing I want to talk about is the communication between these two guys right here and the play that he made. So we're gonna watch this motion play out where you're gonna see he's gonna motion across and he becomes a new number one, okay? And you see he's gonna get on his horse and run down the middle of the field. But also pay attention to Mike Hughes, because I also went over this in my Bucks video where he communicated, hey, turn back around. Because look, one thing I can try to like at least try to make sense of why he was looking at this guy is because when you typically run dagger, you're gonna get this clear out by Mike Evans and then the end cut by this guy. So I'm assuming he's looking at this thinking, okay, I'm waiting for this end cut. But no, Mike Hughes is like, I'm on this all the way. Plus, you know, Billy Bowman Jr. is right here. He's already getting his head around. So if he were to do this end cut, Billy Bowman Jr. can undercut that as well. So he's pretty much telling him to get his head back around because one, I'm already pretty much locked on man-to-man with him. But two, I have underneath help already. So get your head around and look for anything that could possibly be breaking in, which is going to be this guy right here at the end of the day. So look, once he gets his head around, he's in perfect position to get get in the passing window. Baker Mayfield doesn't see it, and he almost throws a pick. Okay, he should have caught this, but once again, very good communication on the back end and him getting his head around just in time. And he really should have had this one. I feel like if he would kind of just bread basket this, not body catch, but like reach out underhanded instead of trying to reach out and snag it like a receiver, I really think he could have got this interception. But hey, I'm not mad. We got a pass breakup. So now it's, oh man, we got to start coming down with some of these opportunities, man. We really do. Now we're coming back to the end zone angle because I want to show y'all really, this entire play from this angle because I feel like it's better to look at. So what we're going to get offensively, we're going to get something called a shake route by TJ Hawkinson. So he's going to go up, Alex going out and coming back in. So quick little Madden thing. Y'all already know it because y'all play the game. I know y'all play the game where you get that like out of empty, you're going to get that tight end doing this route right here. And then you're going to get everybody else on like the 4-vert stuff. So like that's pretty much the route that we're talking about, okay? And I kind of treat this as man-to-man because he already has outside help, but so he's just going to be pretty much sitting hard inside. So we're going to watch this play out where he's already keying him the entire way. You see you're going to get that little fake, and he committed for a second. You see he kind of up, his knees buckled, he's going to go. But he sees that he's keeping eyes on the quarterback as well and seeing it. He was ready to throw this ball already, and he was looking to throw it to him. Okay, and you see he's gonna get over there. He's still in perfect position on this end breaking route, and you see, like, even though he drops it, there was gonna be a hard chance that he actually completes his ball because look, that arm is swiping down, and to say he gets hands on it, he's swiping down. It's gonna probably come out anyways. So very good pass defense right here, where he breaks up the pass. Come on, man, we didn't have this last year, and now that we do have it, we're gonna be a way better defense, and we already are a way better defense. So. Hey, man. And then this one right here is the last play I want to look at. It's still a pass breakup, which could have been a one-handed interception. So there's just this in-breaking route from Zack. That's the only route I want to pay attention to. Okay, so just know that. And basically what we get on the back end from the defense is a 3 deep underneath. So once again, you're 3 deep right here, and then you're 3 underneath. Okay. Jesse's playing this seam to flat, but once again, like I said before, if you've been watching me for a while, this coverage is kind of like match base. So he's going to be playing this from outside leverage, and if he goes up, he's locked on. If he goes out, he's locked on. If he goes under within 5 yards, he zones off. But since he's going to go up past that 5-yard marker and go in, he's still pretty much locked man-to-man because that route has declared vertical, okay? So these are the guys that are playing their zone. So Diablo's playing the middle, Billy Bowman Jr. is playing the other seam flat, and you have your corners on the outside and the free safety on the deep third, or middle third rather, okay? So this is what we're getting, and then you're going to have Caden walk down, blitz, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. That's your 3 deep underneath with the 5-man pressure. Okay, cool. So one thing I really do like about this rep is that, once this rep starts, okay, you're going to get this blitz off of Caden. So he's immediately like, look at this. So as the middle hook in this defense, okay, he's the middle hook. You see the strength of the formation where you have 1, 2, 3 guys, you have to open up this way, okay? Because you think if you have a fast 3, 2's coming over. You should already know that, okay? If not, you're probably going to get a flood concept right here where even then you get over there and you help your guys out. You kind of like you cut down on the stress that's being put on this defense, okay? But since we still have that fast 3 rule where typically if 2 or 3's out fast, 2's probably coming across easily, okay? That's probably what we're thinking, all right? So once again, This ball snapped, boom, you're gonna get your 5-man pressure, and he's gonna immediately start shuffling over while keeping eyes on Marcus Mariota. He's shuffling, shuffling. Okay, and once he sees him gonna like he's ready to throw that ball, he's just gonna back up and get in that lane. Like now, he wasn't looking at this in cut the entire time. I really think if he were to just turn his body and see that and get up underneath it better, he could have intercepted this ball. But I still like the fact that he got, you know, a hand on it and he could have caught this. So it's like, come on, man. Like, we just didn't have this last year, because think about it. If this was last year in the Jimmy Lake defense, bro, all he's doing, he's just gonna be backing up, sitting right here. Okay. And now Jesse's playing outside leverage with basically no inside help. Now technically it is there, but like that's a very big window to hit this in cut, because he's just sitting there just dropping straight back and not really going with where he's supposed to be going. Okay, so you see once again that shift over. Now I'm gonna drop back, and boom, I could have got an interception, but hey, I got a hand on the ball and I made a play. So like things like this is why I really appreciate that we have a linebacker that can cover and that can play in the run and is also physical. So good stuff by Diablo. Now the trajectory he's playing on, bro. Do I say he's like on that Zack Baun type of thing where it's just like he really couldn't make it work with the Saints, and now he's with another team. He's gonna look like an All-Pro. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be All-Pro, but at his trajectory where he's getting better and better every game, like he's already a top 10 graded linebacker right now. Okay, so if he continues to get better, like we probably looking at a Pro Bowl, man. Pro Bowl at the very least, but then I would not rule out an All-Pro selection if he continues to get better and better as his year goes on, because he's really good at being a inside linebacker. Now he's not going to be doing some of the things he did at the Raiders where he was just on the line of scrimmage at an edge spot, you know, sometimes rushing the passer, sometimes dropping out. But like, come on, man, this guy's so good at football, bro, and I'm glad we got him. Either way, I'm really happy that he's playing well for us. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more, because I will be putting out more stuff like this. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.